What is going on, everyone? How we doing? So, we're going to talk a little bit about the sort of scummy world of distribution. Now, I'm filming in a store, so you might hear things, the door open here and there, and people talking, but I'm in the back filming. It's a little quiet today, so figured I'd film a little bit and tell you my thoughts on certain distributors. I won't say any names, but some of them almost think that, we don't talk to one another as like game stores. Like we don't talk, we don't converse with one another. We're competitors, so we stay away. But we do. We talk to one another. We see what other people are getting, what's going on here. It's not as cutthroat as you would think it is. It is, but it's not in the same breath. So how it works with like ordering and stuff, there's like buying power. That's how it works. So the more you buy, the more you get, obviously. Now, there are certain distributors when I first started off that this is when I was online only, when you could get an account if you were online only. You can't now, but when I first started 3+ years ago, I forget, you were able to, this is before the pandemic, you were able to just do online only. Now, this one distributor, they would never return my calls. They would never deal with me. They would just treat me kind of like I didn't matter, which, stuck with me. And I did have multiple distributors at the time, so it was I didn't really do business with them when I opened up. Sure, when I opened up, this was like right after the pandemic. I had to utilize multiple distributors, so I had to deal with them. But they would always do things that I didn't like. So, for example, like this is when Double Masters 2022 came out, and I didn't get a good allocation because I was just starting out, kind of. I was still, I still didn't get a lot. So I remember talking to one of them, and I forget what set came out around that, but like I was doing a restock with them just because I just wanted to deal with them that time. And I was like, do you have any Double Masters 2022, like any collector box or anything like that? And they were like, no, not really. We don't really have any. And as I was adding more to the order, they were like, oh, guess what? We have some more collector boxes of Double Masters 2022. I was like, I thought you didn't have it. Now you have it? It's like, well, you're spending a decent amount, so now we have it. I'm like, okay, whatever. That didn't sit with me right. And other things that same, mind you, that the price that I originally paid, it was $20 or $30 more. That the found product that they found. It was $30 more than I paid 2 or 3 weeks prior. I was like, whatever, I'll play ball. So that didn't sit with me right. Then a little bit after that, it wasn't a little bit after, it was quite a while. This was when the Phyrexian, the OLB1 bundles came out. I originally was allocated, like, I forget what it was. It was maybe 30 or 40 of them, and they cut my allocation in half from that. So I was like, why? Why did they do that? And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, they called me. They were like, oh, we just found some more OLB1 bundles. Would you like any? The completed bundles. And I was like, yeah. But they were $30, $20, $30 more a bundle. I was like, nah, I'm good. Thank you. And from then on, I refused to do business with that distributor. Now, this was like something that I kind of had an inkling about since I opened, before I opened, that they would do this. And since the pandemic, it's been, you know, it's been hard for distributors, I get it, to do business because things were flying off the shelf. So they had to kind of hold back. But I believe that during that time, they've kind of were like, oh, wow. So you mean to say that we can make, you know, an extra 20, 30, 50,000 just cutting people's allocations and selling them the sought after product three or 4 weeks later at a markup? No other distributor that I deal with does that, or at least they don't do it as obviously as certain distributors. Sure, it happens that they'll get a product later on, let's say 6 to 8 months later, and they'll be like, oh, we got this, but it's this price. I get it. But when it's so close to the release, like a few weeks later or 4 weeks later, nah, it's doesn't sit right with me. When you're the only distributor that does that, it's scummy. So they no longer get my money. My main distributor has never, ever done that. Ever. I get what I get, and if there's a restock, I normally always get it at the same price that I paid originally. Unless it's like a rebuy or something like that. That's big in the sports card market, rebuys and things like that. Alright, sorry about that. Someone came in. I had to talk to people. So, where did we leave off? Yeah, distributors. So, there is this one distributor that will, in my opinion, let me be clear, in my opinion, will sit on product. If they know it's going to go crazy, they know it's going to go up, they will sit on product and hold it off until a later date and sell it to game stores like me in the future for a markup. And they will lower your allocations, and they will do that. That's just, you know, part of the business, I guess, with this one distributor, which is why majority of my money goes to my main distributor. Now, maybe in the pandemic that really worked because just the scarcity and just the, you know, the amount of product that was available. But now that things are plentiful and it still happens, you know, my money goes to the people that take care of me. You know, if you do right by me, I do right by you. That's just how it is. But, you know, I won't say what distributor it is in this video. You know, I do share that information with any like newer game stores coming up that want to talk to me about what distributor they should use. But, you know, as far as put it out there publicly, I don't do that. But that's it, man. It's like organized crime, and you know, it's like the mafia, crazy. But that's literally what it's like. That's it, guys. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.